Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just gonna jump right in and not take too much time in the introduction and share some amazing drugstore beauty must-haves. Now I was gonna separate this video into kind of like two parts, a skincare as well as a makeup, and then I was like, you know what, we're just gonna keep it separate. Maybe I'll do a part two if you guys want to see it and really focus on skincare there. I do have one skincare product in today's video, but everything else is gonna be color cosmetics. As always with these videos, if you're new here, I like to try everything out, show you guys the texture, the formula, as I talk about them. That's really important. So we're just gonna go ahead and start it. Actually, I kid, I lied. Before we get started, I would love it if you could take a quick second and subscribe to my channel. Oh my gosh, you guys, majority of you that watch me are still not subscribed to my channel. It would just mean the world to me. I'll wait very patiently as you guys hit the little red button somewhere down here. You will be notified every time I upload a new video. And now let's just go ahead and get started. I actually don't have, you know what, who am I kidding? I do have quite a few products to share here. So we're gonna do this kind of fast, and I always like to do this in the order of application. So we're gonna actually start off with one skincare product that I do wanna mention in today's video, which is an SPF product. This is from a brand called CLEEN Beauty. And I've talked about this brand before. I've actually talked about this product. Actually, I've talked about every single product here many times. So this is not gonna be a surprise to any of you guys. This is a mineral SPF 30, and this is a face moisturizer and an SPF in one. I'm just gonna take a little bit of product, and you guys will also see the demo on my skin. But you can see when you apply it on your face and really blend this out, you do have to blend it out just a little bit, but it blends out mostly clear on my skin. Actually, that's like completely clear on my skin. On my face, you do have to blend it out a little bit, but it goes on completely clear eventually, and it leaves like a really nice glow. It doesn't feel too heavy on the skin, and I do think that if you wear this, you don't need to layer on an additional face moisturizer. For me, because my skin is so freaking dry, I do have to apply my moisturizer, then apply an SPF on top, and I do the same with this. But if you have like maybe combo skin, normal skin, oily skin, you can just use this. This is like a 2-in-1 step, and I really like it. For mineral SPF, especially that's like under $10, I think this retails right at $10. I think this brand is available on their website directly and on Walmart. And as always, everything is linked in the description box below, so check there. Okay, now for foundation, I have to give a shout out to this. Oh my gosh, I am in love with this foundation. Ever since I talked about it in my last video, not my last video, but like a few videos ago, it's actually just been sitting on my little table here, and I use this all the time. This is from e.l.f. This is called the Flawless Finish Foundation, and my shade is medium 10 with golden undertones. This color match is incredible. It's so, like, it matches me so perfectly. You can see it is an oil-free foundation. I believe it says that, oil-free satin finish foundation, and it really is such a beautiful oil-free formula that feels so high quality. It lasts all day, and I love the coverage of it as well. It's not too much coverage. You can build this up. This undertone of this foundation is so perfect along with the color match. So again, if you guys are close to my skin tone, you're looking for a lightweight, beautiful finish foundation, this is amazing. I really, really like this. This is great. All right, next up, concealer. And this is the Covergirl Trueblend Undercover Concealer. I have the shade here, Golden Amber. I actually have, whoops, almost dropped this. I think I have one more shade. Okay, I don't see it right now, but I think I have one more shade here. But this is the one that I decided to use today. I love this concealer. I just applied this underneath my eyes. It's like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, not too light, but it blends out so beautifully, and it really does a great job at brightening up my under eye area so well. I also want to show you guys the applicator, because it's like that oversized applicator. You already know I love this type of applicator. It's just too easy. At this point, I just believe that all concealers should come with this oversized applicator because it's just too easy. It picks up like the right amount of product, deposits it perfectly. It's very full coverage, very thick, but on the skin, it doesn't feel heavy at all. Again, long-lasting, full coverage concealer that works so beautifully to really brighten up underneath my eyes. I love that one. All right, now to set my concealer in place, and I really have to give a huge shout out to this powder because I've been using this non-stop. It's from Colourpop. It's called the No Filter Loose Setting Powder, and this is just in the translucent color. Now, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it or not. You can actually totally see it, but it has like this beautiful light yellow-ish color to it, which actually works so well on my skin to really brighten underneath the eyes specifically. I use this all over my face. What I like to do with my loose powders is, where's my beauty sponge? Okay, I don't know where my beauty sponge is, but basically I'll pack on a lot of the powder and really add the majority of it underneath my eyes, set that in place, the concealer in place. Then I'll take either that same beauty sponge or I'll take a fluffy brush like this, which I need to talk about these brushes as well. I'll take a brush like this and just like powder all over my face. And this works so well to just powder everything and set all of your makeup, all of your complexion products so beautifully. Again, very, very high quality product, works beautiful on my skin, and I love it. Okay, now let's talk about blushes. And I actually have quite a few in my collection from the drugstore that I love. So if you're looking for high quality blushes, definitely check out your local drugstore. I love Milani blushes, Flower Beauty blushes, LA Girl. Like I said, there's quite a few brands out there at the drugstore that do blushes really well. But one of my favorites in my collection when it comes to cream blushes has to be from Honest Beauty. Now this shade right here, you guys, I'm obsessed with it. Let me also show you the other one that I have. I'm not really gonna be focusing on this one too much. This is in the shade Peony Pink. It's like a brighter pink, but it's still so wearable. Today, I really want to talk about this shade right here, which is called Rose Pink. And this is definitely a more muted pink shade, but it's so pretty on this skin. It gives your face like just the right amount of color, and it's just so nice. I really like this. I also think that this is gonna work, this specific shade is gonna work for a lot of different skin tones. The formula of these cream blushes is incredible. It's not too wet, it's not too dry, it's like right in the middle, like the perfect texture. And my favorite way to use this blush is either with my fingers, or I really recommend using a stippling brush like this. Like it layers so nicely, never looks heavy. They did such a good job with this. Really recommend this. Even if you're not into cream blushes, I really recommend checking this out, specifically this shade. I know for a fact you guys are gonna fall in love with that blush. Okay, now let's talk about highlight, and I actually have two to share today. I've talked about both of these again in the past, but I couldn't pick one, so I was like, you know what? We're just gonna talk about both. And I have layered both of these on my skin today. So the first one is from Colourpop. This is in the shade Wisp, and this is such a beautiful champagne color highlight. It's actually like the perfect mix between silver and gold. Like it's so subtle but like beautiful, and you can really build this up a lot to show up like super intense on your face. With these highlights or even blushes from Colourpop, the best way honestly to use them is just with your finger, and you can really like pack it on to your skin. If I had to recommend one highlight from Colourpop from my skin tone, I would say this is so beautiful. I actually think this is gonna also work if you're a little bit darker than me or lighter than me. This is gonna work really well for a lot of different skin tones. And then of course, I also had to talk about the Maybelline Masterchrome. I've talked about this a lot, I know, so I'll keep it short. But this is in the shade Molten Gold, and this is a beautiful gold highlight, but it's not like too gold either. It's such a beautiful, perfect shade for my skin, and I love the way that this just makes my skin look wet. Like it really has that formula where it makes your skin look wet, but still somehow you can't overdo it with this. It's kind of like a mix between cream and powder. I really just love the formula of this. The color is great, highly recommended, very high quality, and if you guys have been thinking about it, this is very much so worth it in my opinion. I love it. Okay, next up I want to quickly highlight some brushes before we move on to the eyes, because I always get asked about which brushes I'm using, and I do have a pretty big collection of brushes. I do like to try them out from a lot of different brands, and in my opinion it's really good to invest in your makeup brushes. So here they are. I have two brands to highlight here today. The first one, let me quickly separate them. So these ones are from Real Techniques. I love them, highly recommend them. They feel so luxurious and high quality and apply your makeup so beautifully. Definitely recommend Real Techniques. I'm sure you guys already love and use them. The other ones here are from EcoTools. And I believe that this was part of like a holiday collection last year or the year before. I can't even remember now. I've had these now, I want to say for like about a year, and I love them. They're such good quality, so soft to use, oh my gosh. And they feel just as good as some of my high quality, like super luxury face brushes. Definitely recommend both of those brands, Real Techniques and EcoTools. They do brushes so well. Okay, so let me just get a little bit comfortable. Although we're almost done, can you believe it? That was like so quick. But I do also want to talk about some eyeshadow palettes today. Now I've said this before, but for the longest time, drugstore brands were just not getting it right in my opinion, with good, creamy, pigmented, high quality eyeshadows that were easy to blend, easy to layer. I just struggled with it for the longest time. I have two brands here that I am obsessed with their eyeshadow palettes, and I actually love how little these are. So let's quickly talk about them. Of course, I'm wearing them on my eyes today. The first one here is from Covergirl. This is called the True Naked Sunsets palette, and how gorgeous is this palette? Oh my gosh. The only thing in my opinion that's missing in this palette is like a rich, warm, dark brown shade, a matte dark brown shade. That's what's missing, but other than that, this palette is amazing. Today I only use this shadow from this palette just in my crease, and it is so pigmented. There is some fallout with these, but I don't mind that at all. I feel like with almost any eyeshadow, depending on how you apply it, there's gonna be some fallout. But other than that, this is such an amazing palette. I also just love how like thin it is and just like so easy to travel with. Love this palette. I also have to give a huge shout out to these little mini palettes from Revlon, and they have so many different color stories with this palette. Again, you have like a warm tone here, so pretty, like so pretty, and like it's so tiny but like so impactful. You can do so many different looks with just this little mini palette. I also did use this shade here in my crease just to deepen up the look a little bit. And then I used this palette here, also from Covergirl, or not from Covergirl, from Revlon. I used this shade here, just kind of in my crease area as well, or all over my lid as well. Love these two, very high quality, definitely recommend those. Okay, now I have to give a shout out to this as well because I talked about this, I think on my Instagram, but I'm gonna do a whole video. Definitely watch out for on my Instagram because I'm gonna do it there. Just creating a look with eyeshadow sticks, which have been like kind of my go-to recently. Just when I want like a quick wash of color on my eyes, but again, something quick and easy, I'll just reach for an eyeshadow stick. And these ones from Covergirl, oh my gosh, these are so pigmented. So this shade right here, by the way, this is called the Covergirl Trunaked Queenship eyeshadow stick, and this is in the shade 935. And let me just show you guys on the back of my hand. Like, look at how insanely pigmented that is. It's so pretty. I have this all over my eyelids, and honestly, it just makes my eyelids look like a little bit wet in the best way possible. I love this. They have it in a bunch of different colors, depending on your style, your vibe, whichever color you're looking for. This is one of my favorite shades just because I love tones like this coppery tone for my skin tone. I find it so flattering, and it layers beautifully. Ugh, I love this. Definitely check it out. Okay, now let's talk about mascara, and one of my favorite brands at the drugstore when it comes to mascara has got to be Loreal. Now, I've used this mascara for years. Not this exact one, because I do recommend replacing your mascara every 3 months. I personally find myself replacing it even sooner, every like 2 months, because I use a lot of mascara. So this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original. They also have a L'Oreal Carbon Black, which is like a really rich black, really intense mascara. Oh my gosh, I love that as well. They just do mascaras so well in my opinion, and this one, I love it. Oh my gosh, I just really love it. It really does a great job at lifting your lashes, separating them, lengthening them, curling them, and just making them look so intense in the best way possible. Okay, last product for today, and even this product I've talked about 100 times at this point. I don't think I'm going to talk about this again for a while, but I have to give a shout out to it. If I'm talking about it as a roundup video, you know, like I have to talk about this lipstick, and that is the Revlon lipstick in the shade Obsessed. Now I have the liquid lipstick here. I also have the regular lipstick, which I love, and this is like a limited edition, so it comes in a kit. I'm gonna link the exact kit in the description box below because I think it's only available on Amazon or something. But anyway, you guys, if you can get your hand on this, this is such a perfect neutral shade. I'm just gonna apply a little bit more. So many of you guys already went out and bought this, and I know you guys love it, and I just love this. I have no lip liner on, nothing on my lips today except for this, and this is, like I said, the most perfect everyday neutral shade for my skin tone. I just want to quickly call out with this specific formula of lipstick from Revlon, it's not like super long lasting. It's also not transfer proof. So if you're wearing a mask, if you're gonna give someone a kiss, it will transfer, but the actual color of it is just so good. It's just so good. Actually, you guys, how can I forget about these lashes? I had to also talk about this really quick. I can't believe I almost forgot about it, but I have to talk about this. So this is the Ardell Demi Wispies, and these are basically the only lashes that I wear almost every day now. I love them so much. I highly recommend them. You can find these on Amazon as well, and I do recommend purchasing the pack because I think this retails under $12 and it's so worth it. All right, everyone, that is it for my roundup of today's favorites from the drugstore. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to see a part 2 really focusing on skincare, I do have some new skincare products as well that I don't think I've talked about before. Give me a big thumbs up, let me know in the description box or in the comment section below, and I will definitely film a part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!